G'day SA.
I'm Shannon.
And I'm Jay.
Now Jay, did you know that Gumeracha is one of Australia's oldest settled areas?
I can't believe there's only 750 people live here.
That's right Jay, but despite this, there's actually a lot to do.
Especially the toy factory.
Can't wait to go check it out.
Toys!
Toys! Gumeracha's famous toy factory in Rocking Horse is listed as an Australian icon on various travel directories. It is one of a number of big things in Australia, designed to attract the attention of passing motorists. At a height of 18 metres and weighing 25 tonnes, the structure is set in 80 tonnes of concrete to prevent it from rocking. While the world's biggest rocking horse is certainly a sight to see, the accompanying wooden toy factory, wildlife park and cafe makes it the perfect stopover.
South Australia is known for some great, passionate business owners, and I've got one next to me. His name is Franz. Good morning.
Good morning.
Now, can you tell us a little bit of history about the Rocking Horse and the toy factory, please?
Well, it started in the 1960s as a fruit processing plant, and then in 1973 it was bought by the Wilkinson family that started the actual toy factory. So it's been going for 40 years.
That is a long time.
Yep, that's
now,
right.
How long have you owned it?
I bought it 4 years ago.
4 years. Have you made any changes in the 4 years since you've been here?
Yes, we've made some changes, but it's a pretty good business with a basic recipe that works, and the recipe is really to provide a low-cost attraction and to provide a variety of activities that people can come and enjoy.
I remember coming here as a toddler and growing up, and I've also brought my boy here as well, and it just seems to go on with the generation, and everyone always seems to come up here and have a good day out.
Oh yeah, it's an icon, and it's a family business, you know. That's what we're about, for kids to come here and have fun, and it's a low-cost destination as well, so people can come here and have a great day out and not necessarily spend a lot of money.
So you heard about this place before you migrated here in South Australia 4 years ago, and you bought the business. What made you decide to buy the business?
I think because it's got different aspects to it. You know, it's not just a factory, it's got the cafe as well, the animal park, which I probably spend far too much time in. It's a wonderful place. I love the animals, and yeah, it's just such a fun business.
Now, I've always wanted to achieve climbing the big rocking horse, and I've wanted my certificate, and I've done it finally. Finally done it.
No, you didn't, mate.
Up here, Jay!
While climbing the big rocking horse might not appeal to everyone, there's still so much to see and do. I can't wait to check out the shop and some of the iconic wooden toys that have been produced on site since the factory's existence. While I chat to Franz, Shannon is off to get some hands-on experience on how to make one of the toys for herself. We'll check up on her later, but right now I'm more interested in the finished product. I'm a kid in a candy store, but in a wooden store, Franz. I tell you what, this has taken my eye, and it is made simply magnificent.
Thank you. We certainly try. We take great pride in the quality of the toys that we make.
I'll tell you what, these would last, I reckon, 3-4 generations. That's a good advantage of a wooden toy.
Absolutely. They're designed and built to last for generations, as you say. And you know, even though they might be a little bit expensive initially, if you take it over the time period that they last, I think it's a great buy.
And it comes with everything, like the bonnet lifts up nicely, and also you've got a trailer that hops on there as well.
That's right, yeah, we do sell a few accessories for them.
And these are probably one of your flagship toys that you were saying a lot of people come in and check these out and buy them.
Absolutely, and especially the four-wheel drive now, you know, so many people buy SUVs and four-wheel drives and things, and there you go.
And you're saying that this is a new model straight off the assembly line, as they say. You've just made some mods over the last 6 months to what they had for the last 30 years?
That's right. We did. We reassessed all the toys that we've got and realised that, you know, with the current financial situation, people can't afford to spend so much money, and we redesigned some of them, especially this one as well, to make it a little bit more affordable. just in terms of the process and how we make it, and simplified some of them as well.
While Shannon's over there making a bike in the woodwork, I made a little Shannon doll. Do you like that? Looks
beautiful.
Looks exactly like her. Everything's in proportion.
Absolutely.
What we might do is we pop her in the car and we'll drive her over and have a look at one of the rocking horses. What do you think?
No worries.
Now, France, behind us is probably one of the things we all remember growing up as children is the famous rocking horse. Can you tell us a little bit about the history of the rocking horse here at the toy factory?
This is one of the original designs. We've been making this for the last 30 years, just about in the same format as it is now. It is once again designed and built to last for generations.
Can I ask you where you get the wood from to make this toy?
Most of it comes from Tasmania, but also some from New Zealand. Obviously in the cold climate the timber is better, you get a better quality furniture grade timber, all from sustainable sources. We sell a fair number of them, they are very popular.
Walking out the door or rocking out the door as they say.
Many of the items sold at the store are made on site, and visitors can watch the production through the glass window of the store. Peter, the production manager at the factory, has been working for the company for over 30 years and knows everything there is to the making side of things. Now, can you just give us a quick rundown on just, how you go from the designing of the toys to making them?
Yeah, basically each product goes through the design process, and as part of that, what we concentrate is on making sure that it's strong and safe to use, and also of course it has to be viable to produce. Once we've gone through the design process, we make up a sheet for each product so that all of the parts are listed that need to be cut up for that product. Then the timber can be selected and cut up to size. Then we bring the timber down to this machine to be machined. After the products have been machined here, they are then sanded, any sharp edges are removed by routing, and then we're ready to either assemble it or pack it as a kit.
Great, and that's when the kids get it.
That's right.
So Peter, how do you go about designing your toys?
Okay, when we've arrived at the concept of the toy that we want to design, I have a personal computer that I can draw the images on that are required to make the toy, and then that program is called a CAD/CAM system, and that converts those images into commands that tell this machine where to drill and where to route it to create the shapes.
So it's all essentially goes into numbers and figures, and then the machine just goes from that and knows exactly where to cut.
Exactly, it's all worked on coordinates. So the back left-hand corner is 0, so 100 mil out is 100 in Y, and 100 in X is 100 mil across.
Wow, smart machine.
It is.
And I understand that before you got this machine, you were doing it all by hand. Can you tell me about that?
Yeah, well, we had rows of drill presses set up, so it was a matter of manually drilling each hole that was required to create a toy. Of course, the big difference with this machine, because it's accurate to within a 100th of a millimetre, we were able to start to create kits so that people can now go home and actually build the kit themselves into the toy, which is a tremendous bonus.
And that's just very good for kids who actually love making things, and it kind of brings a part of them to the toy.
Exactly, it's a terrific family experience really, because it's something that the toys are very simple to put together, but it's something that that can really be enjoyed.
Okay, so now I get to pretend to be a kid again and assemble a toy and learn about production, Peter.
Great, let's do it.
Peter reckons that making a toy bike is pretty simple, so hopefully I can get it right. Fortunately, most things these days are done by machines, so with a bit of luck, I'm hoping to get away with just pressing a few buttons.
First operation is to bring the rams up. Then we activate the rams there, and then we push the button to start it. Would you like to do that? Okay, this is called a jig. The purpose of this is to hold the piece of material in place securely while it's being machined. So when we activate the machine and we put this in place, there are suction cups underneath here that hold the piece in place by suction.
so the machine did a good job. We've got the last bit of the puzzle here. Let's go assemble it.
Okay, let's go.
All right, Peter, so we've got all the pieces all laid out in front of us here. What do we do?
Okay, well the first thing is to attach one side to the body. So we'll line up that screw there, that screw there, and we'll put 2 screws in to hold that in place. Just like that.
Awesome.
Like to do that one?
I'd love to. Well, is that all right?
Yep.
Yep.
Right. More. Yep.
Yep.
Right.
And so the wheels will go on those bits, will they?
They will,
Yep.
that's correct. So now we can put the other side on.
It's pretty easy when you really think about it, isn't it? It's not too many pieces.
Yes, that's right. It's a fairly simple operation.
And so you don't need to use the hand drill when you're at home. You can use just a normal
You
screwdriver.
can use a normal screwdriver, no problem.
Just makes it a bit easier though.
Yep, that's right.
There we go. Look what I've made, Peter, and all by myself.
Fabulous job.
Now I get to go play with it.
Excellent.
Now that we've learned all about the history and the production side of things, we get back outside to visit the animal park. The 7-acre wild park contains a variety of native animals such as kangaroos, wallabies and emus. There are also some farm animals including goats, alpacas and sheep, while the ponds are teeming with native and domestic ducks and geese. All animals are available for hand feeding, making it a great experience for both kids and adults.
I tell you what, it's not just the big rocking horse and the toy factory around here, there's also a great wildlife park, isn't there?
We're here with Yoda, who is eating food right out of your hand. It's one of the free activities to do here. The only funding you really get is the purchase of the food which we're feeding the animals.
That's right, yes. We don't charge an entry fee. It's part of the strategy to keep it a low-cost destination for us. And yes, we do depend on people buying food. You have to sell quite a few bags to pay for one vet visit, so that's how we do it.
And I tell you what, you must go through a lot of bags because Yoda here is absolutely nailing this. You've almost eaten the whole bag here.
I reckon it's attracted to you by your scarf. But what other animals do you have here?
We have different types of kangaroos, 3 different types of wallabies, emu. It was mainly established as a refuge for native animals that need a home. And we do have some animals, farm animals as well, and they're great for kids to come out and to hand feed.
Not just kids, I tell you what, I'm loving hand feeding this as well. It's not very often that you can go and hand feed a sheep, or you've got alpacas or a kangaroo, and I had a kangaroo before absolutely crawling all over me just to get the food. So
absolutely, there's nothing shy out there. They all come up, and yeah, if you've got a paper bag, they're very enthusiastic.
It's a very unique experience, I think, for some people as well.
Just like my mum always said, a way to a man's heart is by the food, Shannon, and I think you've proven that nice today.
Tell you what, I've made a good friend. I wonder if he still wants to be friends with me after I've gotten rid of this. Now, it's not all just about the attractions. This area is also known for its great farming. If you want to take something home with you, why not try local lamb? Tell you what, Michael, driving around Gumeracha was absolutely beautiful. The scenery was amazing, and I couldn't help but notice how many farms there were around there.
Yeah, there's stacks, lots of lamb farms from when I've been up to Gumeracha, and so today I reckon we're going to cook some lamb.
Awesome.
I've got some lamb mince here, beautiful lamb mince, with a nice little bit of fat through it. We want a little bit of fat through it because fat is flavour. And what we're going to do is we're going to cook this with some eggplant and serve it with some beautiful penne. First thing we need to do is add our lamb to our pan and brown it off. So do you want to do the stirring?
Yeah, sure.
I'm just going to add a little bit of salt to it. I want to try and break it up as much as possible, which is good. And we just want to cook it till it browns. While that's browning, I'm also just going to add a little bit of pepper. Now that's nice and brown, we're just going to add a little bit more olive oil, and we're going to chuck our eggplant in as well. We're going to give that a bit of a brown up too, so it'll all sort of start cooking together. Now we just want to coat the eggplant in all that oil and lamb fat and give it a lot of flavour. And while we're doing this, we're going to add some onion as well. Shannon, do you want to add the garlic and the dried spices? So mix that in. We don't want to cook our garlic for too long.
And what sort of spices have you got in there?
So I've just got some dried oregano and some dried chilli. We'll cook them off for 30 seconds, but you start to smell the garlic now. You can smell the oregano, it's really nice.
Beautiful.
What we need to do now is add a little bit of tomato passata, and we're going to bring this up to the boil and then just let it simmer for maybe half an hour on a really low heat on the stove and just sort of bubble away, and it'll make that lamb really tender. Now what we need to do is cook the pasta. So we've got some really heavily salted boiling water here, and all you need to do is chuck the pasta in.
Ah.
And then you just need to read on the packet how long it says to cook.
Cooks in 14 minutes.
14 minutes, so
there we go.
Give that 14 minutes.
It's not very long.
All right, Shannon, so our pasta's been cooked and drained, and our lamb and eggplant's ready to go. So what I'll get you to do is scrape all the eggplant in there and the lamb.
Yum, look at that.
And we're just going to gently fold it through our pasta. You sort of want to coat all the pasta with the sauce and chunks of the meat and the eggplant. Beautiful, now you've done a perfect job. So what we'll do now, so take it over to our plate and plate it up. Just scoop it into our bowl. Lots of the penne, lots of the lamb, and lots of the eggplant.
And so how many people would this dish serve?
This is definitely serve, a family of 4 easy. Bit of lamb and eggplant on top, and then just to finish it off, just a sprinkle of pecorino cheese. There you go, there's my Gumeracha inspired dish of lamb and eggplant with some penne.
Good job, looks amazing.
Cheers.
You've had your fun with the toys now, Shannon, and we're just up the road from Gumeracha.
That's right, Jay. We're at the Kenton Valley Golf Course, and guess what? Today, I'm going to teach you how to hit some balls. Covering 25 acres, Kenton Valley Golf Course is a super par 3 course that offers an enjoyable experience for both expert and novice golfers. With no holes under 100 metres, the course takes around 3 hours to play, giving you the perfect amount of time to play around with the family and friends. Although Jay and I haven't got much experience in playing, we are set out to win, so we'll see how we go today. We get into the buggy, and shortly after the ride down the hill we arrive at our starting point. Thankfully, Martin the owner has agreed to give us a short lesson on how to play, and I can't wait to try it out. But first we catch up with him to find out how it all began. Kenton Valley Golf Course has been going on for a number of years now. Can you tell me a little bit about it and about its history?
Yep, we've been here 18 years, and it's actually about 30 years old. It was a riding school, and the original owner chucked in a few holes, and it's sort of gone from there. So it's been a big passionate sort of thing for me for like 18 years, as I said. Yeah, it's come a long way.
Tell me a little bit about how you've made it into this beautiful golf course that we see today.
Yeah, it's had its ups and downs. In the early days it had a lot of work done on it, it was pretty good. Then different owners had it, and it got really run down and left. And basically when I took it over, it was just 9 holes in the ground. And we've really extended it and put a lot of time into it, so it's really come up good. So
I can see that you've maintained the course absolutely beautifully. It's so green, and with your greens you actually have put a lot of work into it. Tell me a little bit about the maintenance side of it.
Yep, there's a lot of love goes into the greens. It's sort of weeding in the rain and doing all sorts of things on the greens just to keep them up to date, and there's a lot of mowing. You've got to mow them at least twice a week, 3 times a week. Basically it's ongoing, but you know, I like to putt, so I suppose I like to have good greens. So, yeah.
What's your favourite thing about running a golf course?
Probably the most favourite thing is seeing the enjoyment of probably fathers and sons when they come off the last hole and the son's beaten dad. I think that's probably the best thing I get around here, watching people come off the green and shaking hands and having a good time that way. You see that quite often here with fathers and sons. And probably being able to play every Saturday on your own golf course helps too. So,
yeah. So have you yourself ever gotten a hole-in-one on your own golf course?
No, but I've witnessed many, and I've been pretty close to. But yeah, I've seen quite a few, and it's always a good good feeling when you see someone get a hole-in-one.
Very good. Well, I think we need a bit of a golf lesson today, so better grab these golf sticks and Have a hit.
No worries.
Now we're on the third tee, Martin, and we're not very good golf experts at all, and Shannon's never played. Can you give us a couple of tips on how to swing a club?
Sure. First of all, it's probably the way you hold the clubs probably helps, and obviously if you can just sort of lock your fingers in and basically take a good grip on the club, that's it.
Down the shaft, or?
No, probably centre towards the top, depending on the length of the club, but whatever feels comfortable is good. Then basically just place the ball pretty well between your legs and basically square the club up to where you want to aim with your shoulder sort of pointing that direction, and basically then slowly go back and then all the way through as hard as you can.
Follow through.
Yeah,
Should we give it a go, Shannon? What do you reckon? Now can you remember how to hold it? Legs apart, Shannon.
That's it.
That's it.
Oh, I'm going to hit something else.
Keep your eye on the ball.
Come on, Joe, I want to see you do that.
Yep, strike 2. Strike 3. Just bring that club back behind the ball a little
I
bit.
don't have very good handball coordination. Oh, okay, I'll try one more time.
That's pretty hard to do.
That's pretty hard to do, is hit your own foot.
All right, here we go. About 7th time lucky.
Yay! Straight down the middle as well. All right.
Finally got one. Beat that, Jay.
All right. Oh. Cow pat.
Come on, mate, you should have watched me do it. Oh!
Oh, how can he so closer?
Oh, you got it!
Damn.
Look, it went 5 centimetres, Jay.
I'm gonna do this.
That's it. There you go.
I reckon mine went further, Jay.
Well, playing golf is not as easy as it seems. It does take a lot of practice and patience, but it's a fun game to play, and even if you don't have much experience, you can still have a great time. With a few hours of laughs and awkward mishits, we finally make it to our first green, and to be honest, I am puffed out and almost glad the game is over. Now to the decision point, who will win our par 50? Well, Shannon, it only took you 48 shots to get onto the green. Now let's try and get this one in the hole.
Hey, come on, it took you the same amount.
Oh!
Almost.
Nearly.
It's your shot.
Yep. Nah, just joking. Oh.
That's going to make it hard for me to get it in now.
Now you got 45 centimetre putt here, Shannon. If you miss this, you owe me a drink.
I'll try. Looks like I don't owe you that drink, Jay.
Now, Shannon, they say the 19th hole is the best. I'll tell you why, because you can have a beverage.
I probably need one after today, Jay. We did a really good job. We finally made it to the 18th hole, and it was good to try something new.
I brought my A game, you brought your Z game. But I'll tell you what, if you want all the latest goss from our show, make sure you head up our website at g'daysatravel.com.
And don't forget to add us on Facebook.
Ooh.